Oh, this is so
God, it was
sad.
so sad. I mean, really, after last night, everyone's thinking about the Oscars,
This
but
is
before
really...
that, the whole weekend was about Taylor Hawkins, the drummer of the Foo Fighters.
50 years old.
Who at just 50 was found dead in his hotel room in Colombia, where the band was supposed to be, play a concert, a Lollapalooza show. And, they were supposed to play Sunday night, but in Brazil, but obviously that show was canceled after Taylor's death, and the band arrived back in LA instead on Sunday. It was very emotional. We had these photos and video of Dave Grohl and the other band members walking out, greeting people that they know, their loved ones.
And grieving. You can just see.
Clearly grieving.
It's a huge loss. It looks like, from what the authorities are saying preliminarily, that they say that Taylor had drugs in his system. This may well have been an OD. But again, 50 years old and so talented. And I don't know if you guys saw it, but there's an Alanis Morissette documentary. And he was the drummer for her for a long time and was a big part of this documentary, which, by the way, I love this documentary. But he was so fantastic in it. And you just felt what a good guy he was. Really sad.
I think that's why it's such a blow to the Foo Fighters also, and to their fans, because he was the heart of that group. I mean, Dave Grohl's Dave Grohl, but people love Taylor Hawkins. Because think, how many bands do you know who the drummer is and know what he looks like? You know his name, you know what he looks like. Taylor Hawkins was a star in his own right because everyone loved him so much. And what's so funny and sort of like, disarming about him, I was reading that when Dave Grohl called him looking for a drummer, he thought Taylor Hawkins would know somebody he could recommend, and was shocked when Taylor wanted it, because he's like, Alanis Morissette's bigger than Foo Fighters are right now. Why do you want this job? And he's like, I just want to be part of a band.
Wow.
And not just backing a solo artist.
Yeah.
And I think that's where his heart always was, and why, I think the Foo Fighters obviously love him, the fans love him. He just seemed like a really good guy.
Everyone absolutely loved this guy. And by the way, he had plenty of, he had a couple of side projects bands that he played with, and I saw one of them once, and people loved him so much. You would have thought the Foo Fighters were on stage playing their songs.
Right, right.
But it was just Taylor, having some fun with some of his friends, and he was, I don't know, he obviously will be incredibly missed.
G'day guys, Zach Garrett here in Los Angeles. So I'm a massive Foo Fighters fan, so this was a great tragedy, but also putting in the context of Dave Grohl, who's now lost two very close, influential artistic friends like Kurt and, of course, now Taylor. So going back to the earlier comment about recognising drummers from famous bands, we knew Dave from Nirvana, we knew Taylor from the Fooies, and this is a great tragedy for Taylor's family and, of course, for music lovers around the world.
No, you're right. It's got to be especially hard with Dave because of the Kurt Cobain.
Right.